everybody, Crystal Kitsune here, and we are playing a game called My Time in Portia. Now, a lot of you have seen me play a game called Stardew Valley, which is a kind of it is a pixelated uh Harvest Moon clone kind of thing, and the game consists of you inheriting a farm from your grandfather and you're making it your own, and you meet the townspeople, etc., etc. So while I was on Steam, I got a recommendation to play this game based off of my liking for Stardew Valley. So basically, I have a game started here already. I've done 18 days already. It just saved over, like, I have been playing it on my other computer, but it saved the save file onto my new computer, so I just decided to go ahead and open up the saved game. So basically, you can use the WASD or the arrow keys to move around, and different keys do various things. But I am using my USB controller, game controller, because it's a whole lot easier for me to situate. So we're gonna go ahead and go outside. The graphics on this game is really, really nice. It does lag a little bit on my old computer because it's an old piece of shit, so I kind of expect it to do something like that. Um, and the loading time is super slow on my computer also, but this is the game. It's pretty, like, open world like. You can see how, like, far things go, and you can actually go to these places. Like, um, you see that those farmhouses way up there in the distance. You can actually go to those. You can also go to this farm over here. The town that we start in is over here, or I guess you always stay in this town, but it's just very open, very 3D, very nice and bright and good graphics. Um, the mecha um, the mechanics are pretty simple. Um, you have a hotbar there on the bottom, which has your tools. You don't start out with the tools that I have. You start out with nothing, so you actually have to collect things in order to make things. This is your mailbox, which ever so often you'll get mail in it. To collect, like, some of these rocks here, like these ones, you have to mine, and when you actually move over to your axe, it will show a health bar, and you just smack it and it will actually mine what's inside of it. So you'll get, like, sometimes stone, copper ore, marble, etc. And then they have these glittering piles here, which are just gather with A, or whatever the thing is, E. Pretty much everything is like interactable, so like you can interact with this tree. It doesn't show you can interact with this tree because you don't have the right tool. So once you get the tool, you just start smacking it. Got a little bit of lag spike there. Come on. Like, this game is pretty early access, so like I said, I don't expect it to be perfect right now, but it's pretty, like, decent for what it is right now. So you got these things here. There's little fruit thingies that you can pick up, snake berries. Pretty much everything in this game has a use, so I just collect a bunch of shit. But to look at this game in the, like, expanse of it, it's friggin' huge. You're going to get to all these places at some point. Currently on my list, you see there on the right, there is a quest that I am supposed to be doing, which is collect the things that I need to make this bridge, which you can see right ahead of me. It's 4 posts, which will take me over to this island that's on the other side. You can't swim, so you pretty much have to build a bridge or probably build a boat later to get to places that you want to go. But I mean, look at how beautiful this game is. It's, like, very bright and very open world. I mean, it does have, like, borders, but to have just just this expansive of openness in the first beginning of the game is very amazing. And I'm sure you could probably get to that thing way over there at the end, or in front of you, way the fuck over there. You could probably get to that too, just like with a boat or something. But there's also like these little chests and stuff. You'll see like way out there on the island there in the middle. There's like that red thing on the end. That's a chest. So it's kind of like little gifts and stuff that they give you by getting to that point. So like if you ever got over there, however you would get over there, you collect the chest and you get like an item. Um, you can't like actually harvest this stuff here. I'm sure like if you had a scythe, maybe you could, but it's somebody else's stuff, so you probably wouldn't be able to. Um, but this lady that lives across the street, she's like a farmer, and she's got cows and horses and chickens and ducks. And she's also got like a little store here in the front to where you can buy like seeds and stuff. So you can get a farming thing going, I'm sure. I think you have to buy the land behind your house before you could do that. Um, but basically what the thing is you start off with nothing, basically. You moved into this town of Portia, and your father left you this workshop um, to where you can build things for other people. So basically, you come over here. I'm running now, so you can see that. They have this stuff here. This is the thing that you start with. It's a crafting table, essentially. But it's already there, so like you don't have to actually make one like in Minecraft or whatever. But you see, like, you got these recipes here that shows you, like, what you can make. So you make a simple axe to start with, which is stone and wood. And you make it, and you can take down, like, really small branches or trees, and with the beginner's pickaxe, you can break small stones. And then what's cool about this game is you see how this bronze axe I have, the bronze axe just takes over what you already have. So you just take your simple axe, 3 bronze bars that you make, and an upgrade kit from the town, and it just upgrades the existing axe that you have. So it doesn't like make you make another axe and then you have like a simple axe and then a bronze axe and then a blah blah blah. So you don't have like all this trash littering your boxes and stuff. So you can make these tool things here, parts. You can make some furniture. You'll get like recipes and stuff for stuff later, so you can learn other things as well. And sometimes there's quest items here, mission items, but I don't have anything right there. I have this table here, which is a grinder, or I think it's a grinder, which will grind stuff for you. And then I have here, this is like a saw. This thing here is the construction table, or assembly station, where you go into this and you will construct items for. I mean, I can't show you that right this second because I've actually got. Let's see, what does it say it needed? Hardwood. Bridged hardwood plank. Okay. So basically, you go into here and it will show you. I don't want that. I think it's this one over here that I need. It's very Minecrafty because you have to craft things. I don't have. Do I have? Yeah. Just craft all those. So it will do your stuff for you, and it says 20 like in-game days. So it's not like 20 real hours. That would be monotonous. Hang on, let me sign into the other computer. It wanted to do updates while I was waiting for it. So, see, like, already it says, like, it's 19 hours. So, by the end of the day, it will probably be done, and then you can pick it up. This here is a forge furnace. So you can make glass, stone bricks, bars, charcoal, etc. So what's also interesting about this game here, it's getting towards the end of the day, though, so we'll be going to bed probably here shortly. But you go into this town here, and it's got everything that you need. When you first start into the game, you'll meet this guy who is over here in this building. Um, his name eludes me, but these people move around too, by the way. So like, unless you're actually doing a quest for them and they're sitting where they're supposed to be. Yeah, this guy here. Presley is the guy that you meet when you first. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump into you. Presley is the guy that you meet when you first come into the game. He actually tells you everything that you need to know, how to work things and everything. And then this is a Portia notice board, Commerce Commission. So you click on this and it shows you 3 things that's available to work on. You have like their missions or what commissions, and you can actually take the commissions and make money off of doing them. Some of them are harder than others, and so you have to kind of like watch what you're doing. But you have a workshop rank, which makes like the best working workshop, number 1 and everything. But there's come on, get off the stairs. But you meet that guy and he tells you all the stuff that you need to know, etc., etc. And so then all these other people that are wandering around are actually people that live here. And you first have to meet like everybody in the town. So like you have to meet the mayor, you have to meet the all the other townspeople. If you go through here, you'll meet like here's the diner, the bistro. You meet this guy and that girl, and then there's a bunch of other people that you go through and meet, and some of them have things that you can buy. So like you got that, which is like a flower shop, so you can buy flowers for seed flowers. You can also sell stuff back to people, so you can make money that way. I don't know who that is, but here's a bakery. There's also a furniture store around the corner here. There's a tools, clothing. So yeah, like everything you basically need to play the game is in this town. There's also like a whole thing between like church and state. There's these little things that are called data discs that you find when you're digging in these ruins. And I'll go back up here and show you these ruins. Sorry for the sniffing. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Allergies, man. They just get you down. In the town itself, there's actually a ruins in the town itself, and it's basically just for getting supplies for like old mechanisms and ore and whatnot. So there's no monsters in this cave. So basically, you go into this cave, and they give you a jetpack and a sonar type thing, which will basically I'll show you. It's gonna be super dark, so I'm just gonna show you like how it works. And you dig into the actual ground, so like you can reset the what you're doing, so it actually I can actually see better in this game, this computer. But see how the ground is, like this stuff, this brown stuff is copper, the red stuff or the regular stuff is regular brown stuff. But you see this cave, right? You see this hole. You actually can dig into the environment, which is actually kind of cool. So I made a hole up here to go through, and there's another hole over here. And like I said, I can see a whole lot better with this computer than the other one. The other one makes this area super dark, so I can't see worth a shit. But yeah, you just go through the cave system and you can find like, so like I can use my pickaxe, which is this one here. Okay, so I will actually start digging, and I'll actually dig into the environment, which I thought was actually pretty cool, because usually like when you're doing Minecraft and stuff like that, it's a block. It's not like this. It's not a solid mass. So when you're digging into Minecraft dirt, it's just a block at a time. And then you meet resistance, which is a wall. So that's the end of the map. So use your jetpack to get back out of the hole. And you saw that there was a data disk that was there in my inventory. So when I bring up my inventory, you can see this is the stuff that I have in my inventory currently. But these data disks are what I'm talking about. They are the things that separate the town. And you have levels, so you can get level up as you're going along. Because there is monsters that you will fight, and you have to fight monsters to get certain things, like um, materials and experience and stuff. So these things here, they're it says right here, the old world used it to record large amounts of data. Most have been corrupted, but the research center might be able to get something useful out of it. So the thing between the church and the state is um, the whole matter of these data disks. The data disks can be perceived as dangerous tools that can wipe out the world. Now, according to the people of the church, this is actually um, uh, this world is recovering from an apocalypse. So the world that we see now in this game is recovering from the end of the world, question mark, to where everything is, just coming back, and we're recovering from, whatever destruction humanity has created upon this earth, and this is us rebuilding. So the church is saying, well, these data disks are super, dangerous. You should give them to us, and we'll give you stuff in return, which is essentially like seed packets or whatever, so you can regrow the world. And the other side is the scientific side, and the scientific side is like, hey, bring us these discs, and we can like make tools out of them for you. So, or other machines or whatever that you can use for your farm or crafting thing. But the way that this thing works is, I mean, it's not going to show anything probably because there's nothing here. But you hit this button and it zooms in, and it will actually, like, if there's anything there, you'll see like a yellow light, and that's what triggers, or that's what you go towards, is those little yellow dots. And there's little yellow dots that you go and you find stuff, and they're usually just parts of things that you can put together with data disks. But there's other things that are like the data disks and materials like stone and sand and whatnot. But these walls here indicate that that's the end of the level or the map, so you can't. It's not like super endless. Like you can't go super far. So there is some, stifling with how far you can go, but I still think it's pretty neat how it's like kind of digs into the world like this. And you do have like a character creation. Like I didn't show you like the very beginning of the game because like one, I already started the game and had stuff going on, but the opening sequence is very long and very boring. Basically, the opening sequence is first you create a character, so you get to choose between like boy or girl. You can change your face shape, your lips and eyes and all that, and your hair color and blah 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 blah. But there's also like this whole like sequence where you're like on a boat. You're boating to Portia, and this guy who's driving the boat starts telling you about Portia and everything, and how like nice it is, and what is you gonna do there. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna adventure, and he goes, oh, a lot of people do that, and etc. So there is exploration, and you can sell stuff from exploring, I'm sure. But essentially the game wants you to do is make stuff, because that's the whole point of the game. So you get the workshop from your dad, and you make stuff for people. So that's what the game is essentially about. But there's like more stuff to see. You just have to get to it. And the only bad thing that I don't, thing about this game that I don't really like is that it's like piles on piles of like, well, you have to make this before you can do this, and you have to do this before you can do this. And some of you'll get quests from people which don't have time limits, so that's cool. But there are some of these commission things that you get from people that are actually like, oh, you have like 5 in-game days to make this thing for me, or whatever. And then if you don't do it, then you're standing and the community goes down and blah 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 blah. So basically, you want to keep the people happy. So you have to kind of do things in an orderly fashion. So that's going to be it for this little adventure in the mine tunnel cave thing. I'll get back up to this little thingy here. Oh, it's actually above me. Oh, okay, so it's actually above. I thought there was like a way up. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna go to the map and get back to it. Because I'm at it, but I'm not at it. So I'm just going to go to that. And then it'll just take me back. So that's kind of convenient, because like if you get lost in this cave system, then like you don't have to like try to backtrack your way through and remember where you're at, like most Minecraft things. Like if you're in Minecraft and you don't have like waypoints or anything showing you where the fuck you went, you can get lost super fucking easily in a cave or in the cave systems in Minecraft. So that's actually kind of convenient. So like when you get done, you can just say I'm done, and that's it. And you go back to the beginning. So yeah, you'll get stuff in your mailbox, you'll get stuff, people walking around that have like exclamation points over their heads that say, hey, make me this, blah 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 blah. And again, as I also said, some of the quests are timed, but I had some quests here that were like for making saw blades that took me like a while to get made, because first I had to collect the materials, and then I had to make the ores, and then I had to make the machine to actually make the saw blades. So I mean that's the kind of thing that I don't really like. Like I said, just saying, hey, I have the materials, let me just make the crafting table that I need. It's like all kind of convoluted as to how things are made in the game. But like I said, early access, it's really nice for the way that it is, being early. And I liked it enough to purchase it. Unless it gets on sale. I paid $20 for it, and I enjoy playing it. I just get stuck on other things too, so I haven't actually been playing it that much lately. But I had a friend who actually wanted me to play it so she could see gameplay of it. So there you go. There's gameplay of my time in Portia. So she can see, because she's actually addicted to Stardew Valley at the moment. And I was like, well, there's this game that's kind of like Stardew Valley that came out that's, pretty neat. So I thought she might enjoy watching me play it. And sorry if it's laggy, because it looks like the frames per second has been kind of low. So hopefully it didn't lag too much for you guys. I tried turning the specs down on it so it didn't do that. So I apologize if it came out laggy or anything. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like. Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter with all that stuff. I don't have that stuff put out. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.